The Shadow Temple is a challenging gauntlet that you have to go through. A lot of things here are trying to kill you, and there's a lot of traps here too. I had a fun time with this dungeon. Let's go into more depth. So, do you remember the bottom of the well? We just did a video on it, but not everyone watches any or all of my videos, so you know. Take that theme and atmosphere and crank it up to 11. This theme is bonkers with blood everywhere, tons of guillotines, spikes, and there's even this room which will close in, killing you. And for some reason, fire arrows don't work. It's stupid. I'm showing it right now. You'll see what I mean. There's caves that feel natural and rooms that feel man-made, but it all feels dark, creepy, and deadly. I think besides one other dungeon we haven't covered, this has the best theming. It's a really strong part of the dungeon. This is where the dungeon makes or breaks for some people. I prefer complicated designs where you have to think about where to go next. And while I still do like gauntlet type dungeons, the complicated designs are still going to be better for me. Let's bring up a map. This is the dungeon map. The keys are here. If we show arrow going through the path, it's really basic and really easy to understand. You don't even get any choice in which keys you get, though you do get a choice in between getting this small key and the boss key, which is pretty cool, I guess. I do think that this makes the dungeon worse for me, the straight line design aspect of it, but this design is supposed to be a gauntlet, so having tough, complicated designs would just be annoying. It's not my favorite type of design, but the design of it works for what it's going for. I think the rooms here are pretty good. They're all designed to be a challenge for you to go through. I do, however, think that having to reset a room every time you fall off like the edge is really annoying, but I just need to get better. I think that these rooms are well designed too. I like these two rooms where you have to throw the bomb flower into the pot. I don't even think they're useful at all, but they're still fun. Okay, now for one of the more important rooms, the boat room. I think it's a Nintendo 64 game, but it still looks cool. And having a boat battle on the ship is fun, but it's kind of bland. You just go on it, you fight, and then you have to get off. They're well-made rooms, but they're not great. So it doesn't really help the dungeon. It doesn't really hurt it. These enemies are good. I like the appearance of Salfos. They're really fun to fight. I think they're one of the better enemies here. I like all the other enemies too, though. Sometimes it does get annoying when you have to constantly refight enemies when you die, but it's alright. I also like the dead hand refight. I think it's cool that using the lens of truth tells you where it is. But it all feels similar to the bottom of the well. Yeah, it's slightly better, but when you've seen it before, it loses its impact a little bit. Luckily, its boss fight saves it. I think that Bongo Bongo is one of the greatest bosses in this game. It's insanely challenging, even though some parts about it are annoying, like getting constantly thrown up every time he hits the drum. It still is a blast to go through. I like its design, I like its general idea. A lot of it is really good. It actually ended up killing me on my first try, which, to be honest, isn't that surprising. I suck at this game. But it's still a good fight. I like it. It's probably one of my favorite fights. Good job. some things suck because we've seen it before, but when the dungeon does things differently, it does them really well. I like the gauntlet aspect, but the straight line design isn't my cup of tea. I think Bongo Bongo is also a strong point of the dungeon. Also, what the heck is that name? Bongo Bongo? Anyway, let me finish the video. I give it a 7 out of 10. I would say under the fire type. Here's my chart. Like my videos if you like them. If you don't like them, tell me how they're bad so I can improve them. Comment if you want to comment, and share if you want to share. Goodbye!